Hey guys, my name is Chris Commando, and today for you guys I have an OU match on Pokemon Showdown. And just taking a quick look at the teams, I'm running Sun and he's running Not Weather, which I always like Not Weather teams just because it makes the Weather War immediately one for me, and it's just an inherent advantage on my part. And I have regular Ninetales. It has Sunny Day just for the chance I have to have Politoed or Terrakion or whatever. Or not Terrakion, Tyranitar. Well. I have a Choice Scarf Victini just because it's a fantastic revenge killer, and in the sun, nothing can take a V-Create and live it till a tail. Like, it literally demolishes pretty much anything, even if it resists it. I've done damage calc on like Kingdras before, and even 4 times resist will do a decent chunk, and they can't sometimes reliably switch in, especially if I have hazards up or anything. I have a Doug Trio, just a standard Doug Trio with Reversal, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, and I think Sucker Punch or something like that, Earthquake maybe, I don't know. And Traps Heatran specifically because this team does not like Heatrans very much. I mean, and it's just a general trapper and killer. I have a Gastrodon because half this team does not like water moves, and Gastrodon loves water moves. And +1 special attack can be relevant in some cases. It has, I believe, Ice Beam and Earth Power, just to get some good damage off. And Recover and Toxic, especially defensive, which is nice. I have my Venusaur, which you can't have a Sun team without running Venusaur. I mean, when in doubt, it's just a Sleep Powder at double speed, which is fantastic. And I have my Xatu just because I like to try to bounce back Stealth Rock specifically, because this team does not like Stealth Rocks that much, and especially with Victini, if I'm U-turning in and out, the Stealth Rock's damage racks up really quickly, especially because I don't have any reliable recovery. And Xatu carries Heat Wave too, which in the sun makes a little pseudo stab, which is pretty nice. And looking at his team, the only thing I'm really worried about is that Salamence, because nothing on my team wants to take a Draco Meteor or an Outrage. And if he's Choice Banded, that could easily kill me. I mean, even if it's Choice Scarf, Moxie would still do a lot to this, like a lot to this team. But getting into the battle, I start out with my Victini, and he starts out with his Mind Child, which I'm perfectly fine with. He goes for the Fake Out, which I'm awesome, cool, and I have a feeling he's going to stay in because normally he's faster, but I just go straight for the V-Create, take out this Mind Child. One relatively not too big of a threat taken out, but I mean, might as well get it now. He brings in his Rotom, and I do not want to take a Hydro Pump. Figure out, I'll go into Ninetales. It can take a Hydro Pump relatively easily. I can get my Sun up, which is the most important thing. And I don't really want to take another one that bad, so I'll just switch back out. I'll predict that. He'll go for the Hydro Pump again, but he ends up going for the Will-O-Wisp. So I figure, okay, whatever. He'll probably go for it again just because he has 0 attacking moves against this. So I'll go back into my Victini, and I just get a free V-Create here. And it looks like he just fodders off his Fortress, which I'm perfectly fine with. That means he can't get up any hazards or anything. And I'm already in a fantastic spot, which at this point, Victini is #1 threat for his team because nothing can take V-Creates. And I end up killing his Fortress. He brings in his Salamence, which I know he's going for the free switch opportunity, so I figured he could go for a Dragon Dance or something, and I got scared for a second because Dragon Dance and Salamence is a terrible combination for me. I just go into my Venusaur. I go for Sleep Powder just to put him to sleep real quick. I go for a Growth just so I can get some residual damage because Venusaur is not that necessary. I would only need Venusaur for the Rotom, but he ends up killing me, and he gets his Moxie boost, and I go bring in my Doug Trio, and I know I can get some damage off with Doug Trio because I have Focus Sash. And luckily I do hit the Stone Edge, and I just kind of waste 2 pokes just to get him down to there. So I can reliably bring in my Victini, so I get the guaranteed 1-shot on him. Even resisted, that does like 40% or so. And he brings in his Rotom, which again I'm not the biggest fan of, but I figured he'd try to predict my switch of going into my Gastrodon predicting Hydro Pump, so I was like, okay, Xatu it is. So going to my Xatu, he burns himself, which is fantastic, and unfortunately he just Volt Switches out, which I'm not the biggest fan, but I knew he would go into his Scizor because his Blissey can't do anything to me, because I have Roost, I have Magic Balance, and he literally can't do anything to me at all. So I just Roost up, and I'm not really sure what he's going to do with his ballistic, but it turns out he has a flamethrower, which does a little more than I thought it was going to. And he gets that burn, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So I figure, okay, I'll just U-turn out of here. And at this point, the game's pretty much in the bag. I bring in my Victini, it takes a very minuscule amount from that flamethrower, and V-Create easily takes us out. I get the drops in defenses and speed, but it still doesn't make much of a difference. And I switch back out just for good measure, just because I don't really want to lose Victini just yet, but I bring in my Gastron just because he can't touch me at all. And then I make a double switch right back into my Victini because the only attacking move he has against Gastron is Will-O-Wisp. And at this point, it's pretty much good game. I just go for the V-Create, and it's pretty much mine. I'm going to be trying to put some more battles up in the coming weeks. I have a bunch saved, and I'm trying to learn Camtasia and whatnot. I realize this battle isn't the greatest, and my opponent wasn't the best battler or anything, but it's a start. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or whatever, throw them in the comments. And if you want, give me a like rating, do whatever you want. Alright, see you guys later.